Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All I Can Geek Moviecast, episode 354. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinsod.
Yo.
And Tony Korkanakis.
What's going on?
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 354. We have so much news. Like
it's the Comic-Con edition.
When
San Diego.
When I'm filling out the Google Doc and it fills a page for movie news, I'm like, shit.
Not to mention, we could probably discuss a lot of these things more in depth, but we probably
That's why
won't.
we're gonna blitz the box office real quick. Dunkirk was number 1 at a very strong 50 million. Girls Trip was 2 at pretty strong 31 million. Spider-Man
Very strong, so nobody even knew what that movie was.
Yeah. Spider-Man Homecoming at 22.2, War for Planet of the Apes at 20.9, and Valerian opening at a bombing 17.1 million.
Man, you just saw the trailers for that, and you're like, this is going to be such a waste of money.
No, dude, it feels like The Fifth Element.
Yeah, well, The Fifth Element works, 20 years ago, but not now,
I
and
think
not without
the
Bruce
biggest
Willis.
problem.
Who's the Bruce Willis in this movie?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say the biggest problem with this film is the actors aren't very good, and real people don't know the source material. So it's like got two things against it already. Plus, the marketing was shit for this movie.
Yeah, I think so. Nobody had any idea what it was about, so I want to see it. I hope it's good. I want to see it. It's not getting good reviews, so that means I'll probably wait for a Blu-ray launch on this one. So, Dunkirk, however, I do want to see, and I heard it's pretty awesome and short. So that's like you're not investing 3 hours of your time. It's an hour and 45. So, opening this week is the Emoji Movie. Finally, right? Can't wait. Gonna get online now.
Yep. Gotta get in line. Creepy.
Yeah, we're not expecting big things from that, but we'll see. That'll be a conversation for next week. This week, however, was San Diego Comic-Con. And man, did we get some news. Wow. We were in the city, actually, during a lot of this on Saturday, Corey. We were, and Tony. We were going to see the Mets game, actually. And so I didn't get to watch a lot of these trailers that launched until yesterday. Or 2 days. What's today? Tuesday? No, Sunday. I watched them on Sunday. But yeah, man, wow, we got a lot of news. Let's kick it off with a quick blurb of James Bond, because that doesn't fit into anything else. Coming November 2019.
Yeah, great.
Who cares? I'm sorry. Okay, well, it's cool.
Exactly.
cool.
Who cares? Nobody cares.
Yeah. They pretty much confirmed today that Daniel Craig is back. That was the big thing.
Well,
even though
if they're planning the movie and he's back.
Yeah, so that's a pretty long window. That was why I thought it was interesting. More than anything, I thought that was interesting. The launch window for it, announcing it now for it being over 2 years away. So
It's because they haven't done anything yet.
Yeah.
Sad. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to really say.
No, there's
nobody
not.
wants it.
No, I think we're all ready to move on from Daniel Craig. So, yeah, and that's including me, who was one of his biggest defenders. So
It's including Daniel Craig. They just gave him too much money.
it's true.
Let's just
even
move
Daniel
on
Craig.
from Bond in general with that.
No, James Bond is a great series. I like the James Bond series.
That's
Problem is, there's too many things out there that are doing it better right now. And
Might
Bond's
be,
not even
but-
doing Bond anymore. He's trying to be something else.
Yeah, no, it's true. He's trying to be something else. All right, let's go into... Let's start with DC. Yeah, let's start with DC. We've got a couple things coming out of Comic-Con. We've got the Justice League trailer that came out, which I thought
So I'm going
was...
to start there. All
Yeah,
right.
we'll start with-
Let's start with the good news.
I like to start with a strong foot. You know what I mean? Like, a strong foot out the door is the best thing to start with. So I thought it was really good. I thought it was a good trailer.
I thought the trailer was good. I'm still worried about the episode Phantom Menace effect where everything is just CGI backdrop and it's just disengaging.
Yeah.
And
That's
also
fair.
Cyborg still looks like shit.
Yeah, that's true.
But other than that, I thought it was a decent trailer.
I thought it was good. That was a good trailer.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, Corey, just
Well,
like
I mean, I'm the DC fan, so I mean, I liked it a lot, and I got to see more Ben Affleck Batman. It's obviously they started with Wonder Woman in the trailer, which was expected. You got to start there.
I noticed it's pretty crazy. Maybe it's acting or something, but she seems totally different than she did in her own movie just by like her demeanor or the faces she makes. It's kind of weird. Like she seems a lot older and cynical almost.
She is a lot older and more cynical at that point.
Well, her character
100 years older.
Yeah.
But she's not.
But that's
So, I mean,
maybe good
it's good.
acting.
The character was
That's what I said.
Okay, I thought you were critiquing it, Mike. I'm like, maybe that's a good thing. Okay.
But I liked it. I think it has potential to be a good movie, actually, and I am looking forward to seeing all these characters on screen. I do not like Cyborg's look. Like
I do not like I do not like Flash's look. Yeah.
I don't mind Flash's
don't
look
like that,
as
but
much because I
do like
played
the
with
effects.
Justice,
I like the effects that
You like the
are going on
particles
with
and lightning?
and I think that Ezra Miller will make a good Flash.
I'm questionable. I'm still questionable on
I
this.
just hope he looks like he's just going to be he's the comic relief guy. Like, I don't. It seems like it's most of what he's going to be.
I like that, like, because he probably is one of the more powerful ones there, just because of his speed. But they kind of give him a handicap because he's inexperienced and a kid, and so I think that could work. And,
I have a feeling he could be very unlikable if they do this wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he could be, and I'm really worried about that character actually. So. I
think he's gonna be better than
I didn't
Joe.
like his tone in the trailer. Actually, I thought he was the weakest part of the trailer.
No, Cyborg's still the weakest
Cyborg's face and like super CGI back.
Because of the CGI, yeah, he may have looked the worst, but I think in terms of all the lines we got delivered in the trailer, I thought his were more cringeworthy.
I'll take over. Do I know you? I mean,
his lines were more cringeworthy.
I know. I think that Flash was great. I liked it a lot. I liked it.
Wow. Tale of two tapes.
I can leave it.
Tale of two. Yeah.
For it.
Okay. I'm like, I just don't think he was that good. I thought like his rooftop part. Well, they really do that, huh? Wow. Okay. That whole sequence there. I'm just like, I thought that was kind of cringeworthy.
That's straight out of Spider-Man playbook. Sounds like some Spider-Man.
Yeah.
What? He has friends that disappear on tops of rooftops talking to
If she
commissioners?
did, yeah, probably.
No, I think it had
the hell
similar
is-
type
what
humor. It's like a
Wait
kid
a minute.
just
That is
cracking, cracking jokes.
Okay, you know what? If you're right, if Daniel Craig was
same
Daniel Craig would be the best
type
James Bond in the
of
world if he was
delivery.
more suave and and not less actiony. Yeah, Daniel Craig would be. He'd be
What
the
are
best
you
James Bond.
talking about?
Exactly. I pulled that out of left field like you just did with Spider-Man.
No, I did it. It's the same type of
I kind of
superhero
agree.
character.
I agree with
making a
Mike there. It's like
wisecracking
the
comment
Flash. I
like
think
that.
they modeled
It's
his
funny.
humor very much after a Spider-Man character. He does the wisecracking like he doesn't because he's a kid, so he's using that as a mechanism
It's
to deal with
straight
what's
out
going
of
on.
his playbook, and I don't know why you can't see that. Why that's out of left field. It's the same type of thing.
No.
An experienced kid making funny comments with the more experienced guys. We just watched a whole movie about that.
What's Barry Allen's age supposed to be?
Younger than everyone else.
Well, if you have a 50-year-old Batman, yeah, I got you, and a 100-year-old Wonder Woman.
I mean, he's probably just getting out of high school, if not like in high school. Like I don't think he's that old. Maybe he's.
The problem
like,
is
in
this is his
early
origin.
20s.
The problem is we have no context for this at all.
No, we don't. No, and I don't want to get into the next news from him yet because I wanted to talk about Ben Affleck and his in and out of Batman roles here, and before we talked about the Flash title. So because I think those tie in better than what we're talking about right now, believe it or not. So. Yeah, so the other news that broke this week was that this is okay now. In Corey,
Rumor. This is a rumor.
agreeing with Corey here about this, it's like every time.
I think it was hilarious. In Slack, Tony
It
posts
took a
that
day.
article, and then the very next day, because right after, I was like, I can't believe anything that comes out of this
after
news
Wonder Woman, I'm
with
very
this stuff.
skeptical. I'm very skeptical of news that I hear
Well,
about.
that's
DC.
just like because you get contradicting reports almost like daily, like with this, and then the very next day a contradicting report comes out.
Yeah,
Right.
So
That's
basically
if you have
the
a good PR agency, that's what they were gonna do.
The news here is that
I understand, but
Warner
that's what I'm
Brothers-
saying. Is like,
let me just
so
get the news out first.
what does it
so you know
matter?
about it. Okay, the news here is that Warner Brothers is trying to ease now Ben
Transition.
Affleck, transition him out as Batman.
Well, here's the thing. He is in his mid-late 40s, and that's probably always the plan after at least this one more movie. He's still going to do this one more movie, The Batman. But, yeah, they're not going to have him be Batman until he's like 55.
So, but then see that now this is where we get the news about Flashpoint is the title of the Flash movie, and that's always been
No.
known for a reboot of stuff. You know what I mean? That always has worked that way. So
No.
But hold on,
Except
before
for
we even
the
move on to
Flash
that, there have been rumors about this ever since there was trouble months ago.
yeah.
Ever since
Ever
last year
since
with BBS.
BBS.
I just want to throw this all here. We can talk about all of this in one. This is all connected. It's all connected.
Well, yeah, and then of course Affleck says he's like, I'm happy with this. I'm not.
Oh,
gonna
sure. But of course he's going to.
What was
What's
he going to say?
say?
You know what?
Yeah,
Ray?
he
He
Just
brought
punch
it
away
up,
from an
though. They
expectation.
didn't ask him directly. He offered
No,
it.
no.
Again.
If you have a good
Chris
PR
Hardwick
agency,
did
you'll be
ask
like,
him.
hey, by the way.
He did straight up ask him. He's like, so there's a lot of reports, and then Affleck did address those reports at the Comic-Con panel. But I mean, as far as what Ben Affleck's gonna be doing with Batman, he's in Justice League. That's
That's
happening.
happening.
It's
Justice
done.
League. I think he's likely
He's
in.
gonna
the
be in the Batman. That's gonna be
Yes.
done.
To what?
That
And
could be-
and I
that
think
could be
he's
at the end.
going to be in at least one more movie, Justice League 2, or something else. He's going to be in something else.
Justice League 2. There's no Justice League 2.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just throwing an example. Like one more movie after the Batman, it's going to be either Justice League 2, or it's going to be a Flashpoint, or it's going to be
Right,
some
but if
other
you-
movie.
Maybe Flashpoint, but there's no Justice League 2 slated. There's no Man of Steel.
No, I'm
2
not
slated.
saying there is, Tony. I'm just saying.
I
there's
know,
gonna
but
be
I'm just
another
saying-
movie after.
Sure, absolutely, maybe. But you look at the lineup that DC even announced at Comic-Con: Aquaman, Shazam, Suicide Squad 2, The Batman, Justice League Dark, Batgirl, Green Lantern
Justice
Corps,
League Dark will
Flashpoint.
be in that.
Woman 2. No, he's not about Justice League Dark.
The animated movie wasn't about him either. Still put him in there.
Yeah.
Batman's going to show up in Justice League Dark.
I believe. No,
Really? You want to make a bet on that?
I
He
believe.
wasn't
Guys,
Suicide
Ben Affleck
Squad
Batman's
for a
going to
half
show up
second.
in
Not
Justice
Ben
League
Affleck.
Dark.
I was saying Batman.
I think
will show up
Batman.
in
I think
Justice League
Batman
Dark.
has better chance of showing up in Flashpoint.
I bet. He's going to show up in Flashpoint too, sure. I'm just saying, Batman will show up in more stuff, and I think Ben Affleck will play him at least one more time after the Batman.
In like an actual major role or in like a cameo.
What does it matter? He's going to show up.
Yeah. No, because I do agree he will appear in something, but I think the reboot
But I mean,
is
at
going
that
to
point,
be...
why recast him? I'm saying, like, if he's
Well,
going
I
to
think-
be a cameo appearance.
I think the
Again,
idea-
they're trying to plan for when he gets legitimately too old to play Batman, and they'll write some sort of secession story.
But then why didn't you cast him at a fucking younger age? Like, I don't
Because they
understand.
wanted to
Because
do
they
a
were doing
stupid
this now, and they
fucking-
wanted to do Dark Knight Returns and
Yeah,
start
they wanted
with
to do
that.
Dark Knight Returns. It's so stupid. That's what they started with it, and
And listen,
that's
for
fine.
now,
They did
he
it.
has
They
the look.
they made their bed. Now they're laying it, and they're trying to fix it all. But I do not think Flashpoint will be that thing that does
You
it.
don't think that's the catalyst for it?
No,
Okay.
because they've shown that they can do a one-off with Flashpoint already in the movies, in the animated movies.
So let's talk Flashpoint theories. Do you guys think that does any sort of impact on the DCEU or no? Because now listen. Now here's the thing. Now we talked about it on the TV show, but the TV show was more constrained. It couldn't have Batman. This is going to have. This is going to have Bruce Wayne's father as Batman in it. It has to. It's going to. Because they can. They fucking can.
Yeah, so they're going to
They
recast
can also decide to do
a late
some shit
40s
and not
actor
do
with
that.
what, a 50-year-old actor?
What do you mean? Yeah.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah.
He's younger, right? No, he's not.
I'm not saying younger. I'm just saying he's going to be in it as his father. I think
Doesn't
that's
matter.
a cool
Yeah,
Thomas
idea.
Wayne
might
is
be.
still
That would
gonna
be
be Batman.
interesting, but
That-
that's
I
not
mean,
going to be what
this
happens
is
going forward.
Two conversations
It's going to be a
here.
temporary
Oh, yeah.
thing.
That is, yes. But when it reboots, do you think it's a catalyst to reboot certain parts of the universe?
Yep. 100%.
I think I think they could do that. I don't think they will do that because they're not gonna. They're not. It's not that they shouldn't or should do it. They're just not gonna do it. That's the problem.
What's the point of doing Flashpoint then if you're not going to
They're
change things up?
leading off.
I'm not
with their
saying it's the right
biggest
decision,
comic book
Tony.
story.
I'm just saying
Can we?
that they're gonna do Flashpoint because it's a big name and everybody
Yes.
loves Flashpoint. They're not gonna
That's-
do it because they want to reboot their universe. And
That's
that's
what they
the
did
mistake.
with-
Because I think they should use Flashpoint to do that. I don't think they will.
Yes, that's what they did with BVS. They started with, Death of Superman or, Dark Knight Returns. Just those are the big titles. Does it make sense to start with that? No. Flashpoint is like the only real Flash storyline you can really think of. So they'll start with that for Flash's solo movie. It doesn't really. It's not a strategy.
Yeah, but
it's
they'd be doing
name
Death
recognition.
of Superman without Superman dying. You realize that, right? The whole point of Flashpoint Paradox was that it just fucks up with everything. Literally, that was the
Yeah, tell
entire
that
point
to-
of the
tell
storyline.
To the TV show.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
Why,
that's
I don't know why you keep coming back to the TV show, because they're related to two universes and the fucking shitty Legends of Tomorrow. Like, they're not, like, what? What are they supposed to do? Change things that don't exist in their universe? Was it supposed to affect Gotham? Come on, get real.
What are you talking about?
Why do you keep citing the Flash TV show?
Because they
that's
did the same
they
thing.
did the Flashpoint storyline.
They did
and
a
they fucked it up.
storyline, and they did it real condensed. They
Bad.
made minor alterations here and there where
It's
they
just an
wanted
example. They've already done it poorly. I think is the whole point. Is that they've shown that they can't necessarily do the
to.
story
That they don't
justice.
want to do full-on
No
comic
pun
book level Flashpoint reboots. They probably don't want to do that. People
I'll
get
bet you guys on
invested
this.
with certain actors and characters and storylines, and they're not going to want to do that across a major thing.
I think
Sure, let's bet on.
I think they can evaluate.
When is Flashpoint coming out?
Who knows? DC didn't give any dates for these.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
2020? What'd you say?
Maybe.
They
best.
did. They said two. They said they did slate 2 new movies in 2020, right? 2 unknown movies.
2 unknown movies. Yeah.
Shazam's probably going to be out there too because they did stay there. That might be 2019 actually. Shazam.
That's another one that's in weird. The Rock is on that. The Rock is not on that.
But
All
he's
of a
not.
sudden.
Yeah, just like I don't even know what I'm talking about now. There was another thing that went back and forth. Oh, Joss Whedon's director credit. We'll talk about that later.
So the thing is with Flashpoint is that I agree with you, Tony. It should be used to reboot the universe. Do I
just
believe they're
don't-
going to do that? No, I don't believe though
I think-
that
I
they
think
can do
that- I
that.
think
Why
you
do
get
you
to
think that they would?
I think he gets a
They might
recast who
alter
you need
some
to.
things, but I don't think it's going to be that.
That's what Tony's
significant.
saying. No, that's what they're going to be able to nitpick. They get to pick out what they want to replace. Like Mike, you didn't like Lex Luthor. A lot of people didn't like Lex Luthor.
No, I would love them to replace Lex Luthor
Okay,
and Joker. I
I'm
don't
saying
think
it gives
they're
them
going
that.
to.
It gives them that ability to do so.
I would be surprised if there was an actor change. It might be, but it's
All right, so
going to be just.
Here's
It's
your
not going to be what you think.
Here's your slate of release dates.
All right,
Justice.
bet me on it.
I can't.
You're so
I
confident.
told you. Either it's a full reboot or a little thing here and there. How are you going to do that?
But he's
So
saying
if
it's
you want
going
to bet full reboot,
So you're saying it's not going to affect the universe at all, or will it? You're admitting it
I'll
will.
say it could affect it a
well,
little.
no,
bit.
no. No.
The backpedaling begins.
Yes. No.
No, you fucking.
Seriously, Tony's saying the entire time he's been saying that it's not going to be a full reboot. It's going to affect things that they want to change, and they might need to change. But that's what it's going to do. He's never said it's going to be a full reboot of the universe.
That's
You're the
what
one
he
that's
said.
been
He
saying
says
that.
it's like Flash. He said Flashpoint is about restarting the whole thing. That was his initial
No,
comment.
because you have
Twice
established
he did it.
Wonder Woman
Go
character.
back and read
to
the
this
Slack
nonsense
chat.
It's in
again.
there. I
Yeah,
saw it.
Go
you
back
did.
and read the Slack
You did
chat.
it twice. You did it. in
Well,
Slack
today's
and
podcast,
this.
you did emphasize the fact that Flashpoint's been used to change things up a whole bunch.
Right, that's my whole point, that they use it to change things. That was the entire point. Never at once did I say they're going to reboot the entire universe with Flashpoint. As I said several times, they're going to use it to change things that they don't want. Like,
The problem is, so we
Then
don't know.
They're not
We
gonna
don't.
change.
The problem is, we don't know when it's coming out. We don't know what's coming before it, so we don't know how much they could even affect the franchises that's
I'm
going
saying
forward.
even with this much unknown, I will bet on that.
Yeah, but
I-
you're
that
just
much
saying
will
betting.
happen.
You're
Bet
not
on
just
what?
saying
Yeah,
I'll bet
it'll-
on this,
like I
but
said,
you're not
it'll be
giving
Diggle's
terms. You're not
kids'
giving
gender
like what.
changes again. So I'm
You
not
guys
going
are
to bet
talking
on
over
that.
each other, one at a time.
All
You guys
he's
are talking-
saying, all he's saying is this. I'll clear this up so we can move on. He is saying that there will be changes in the DCEU based on what happens in Flashpoint, the Flashpoint movie. There will be changes. Is anybody disagreeing
Yeah,
with this? Is anybody
Yeah,
disagreeing?
Diggle's son.
Okay,
Diggle's daughter
so
will become his son. All
That's
right.
that's where I'm getting a little like. Sure, there will be changes to the DC universe because things are going to change no matter what. Even without Flashpoint, things are
I'm
going
not
to
talking
change.
about the universe. I'm
But he's talking about like
actors.
characters. He's talking about characters.
Actors.
Okay, so then how many character actors are you going to like
Well, you
out of
can't-
the in the Justice
are you
League?
saying
How many
that-
Justice League characters
But
are going to change?
I just want to know:
One.
are you both admitting, both of you and Mike, Corey, you're both admitting?
I need to know
that
when
they're
it's
go-
coming out.
I'm just wait. Are you both?
No,
admitting?
why wait? Because that's the biggest thing. Because if this comes out after the Batman, then I can't make that bet.
And there's
I
no
told
release
you, I
date.
don't-
And there's no release date for the Batman
Right.
or Flash.
Because I
or-
think that,
yeah.
like I said, this comes out in 4 years. Sure, all these things are going to change.
Well, how
Actors
about
will be different.
I'm say one character gets completely recast.
Fine, yeah.
Would you
That's
say
fine.
that? Will it affect one character?
I mean,
It-
again, it
it's
depends on when it comes out.
possible,
but-
If this comes out in 2019, no.
See, Tony's ready to say that it will, without a doubt. It just
No,
even
I
like
understand
one
that. He can say that, but I don't. I think it all depends on the timing.
No, I agree with
We
him no
don't
matter
know.
what. I don't care about timing. If it comes up,
Okay.
you can make a
All right, Jim.
conditional
Wait,
bet. How about conditional bet?
What character counts? Like it has to be a member
no,
of the
no.
Justice
What do you-
League.
No. I'm talking about major character in the
Now they're
DC
getting
universe.
into kinda
No,
weasel
like
their way out.
villains
Joker,
or heroes.
Ben Affleck.
Not like a minor character, like Lois
They'll
Lane
probably
or
keep
something.
Gal Gadot and Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie, because those are the two positive things out of this fucking garbage can of a universe.
So that's what he said.
You guys can't admit that. You guys just want to.
No, I said it's fine. I'm talking about major characters like Justice League. Those characters, they're fucked. They're fine. I agree with you. Then that's fine. But again, I don't think Flashpoint's going to be the catalyst for that. I think that those things have already been planned. That's going to already happen with or without Flashpoint. I just think Flashpoint is maybe an excuse for it, but I don't think that that's something that's going to be the reason necessarily for that.
Because it needs to be about Flash. It's a solo movie. If we have everyone having stuff happen with that.
And that's why I think that Wonder Woman 2 has to come out before Flashpoint, because you don't want to make Wonder Woman a villain in the next thing you see from her after she's becoming so popular.
Do you really think it's going to follow the comic book story at all?
It will more than the TV. That's the idea, Mike. That's the idea. They can finally do this.
You know, they're all about dark and gritty. Flashpoint is pretty dark and gritty.
You're introducing Aquaman into this story in Justice League, and then you're gonna have Flashpoint 2 years later. It's like, come on, they're gonna have his movie and then Flashpoint. So
I mean, I've questioned this entire universe so far.
I understand,
up until they announced it.
And that's why I'm saying, and that's my rationale for the fact that these things are not going to happen because of Flashpoint. It's going to happen because of other things. And it depends on when Flashpoint comes out. If it comes out in 2019, I don't think actors will change.
I mean, I think it's coming out in 2019. They haven't even got filming.
Right. And so, Joker is getting changed before Flashpoint comes out. Lex Luthor could get changed before Flashpoint gets out. I don't think those people make it as far as Flashpoint. Is my point.
But here's the thing,
justify that.
You're right. It could just say that you don't even see these characters in Flashpoint until after the universe reboot or whatever you want to call it, and then the next time it's like, oh hey Lex, and you turn around, it's some other fucking asshole. And you're supposed to be like, yep, that's Lex Luthor now, guys.
I've always been this way. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
They do it all the time. I mean, it's not recently. Marvel's kind of changed that, but they franchise done that fast. Harrison Ford and Alec Baldwin play the same character.
Moving on. We have a lot to talk about. Justice League reshoots now.
Oh boy.
Now reshoots happen.
Every time we talk about these stupid reshoots,
this also gets flipped every other day.
These are the stupid
This has not been
articles.
flipped yet.
Every movie gets reshoots.
Yeah, but not ones that cost $25 million. Average reshoot sets cost $6 to $10 million. $6 to $10 million. This is at 25 right now, and I was reading that the film is in danger of being delayed.
They were wondering if the film was in danger of being delayed because they were so extensive in the scheduling.
The problem we have is Ezra Miller is getting special permission from Warner Brothers to leave the set of Fantastic Beasts to cut across the studio. Yes, so that works. But Henry Cavill is actually filming Mission Impossible 6 from different studios, and he
has a
busy with
mustache.
that. And he's a mustache, which is getting digitally
Paramount will let him shave his mustache.
Which is understandable, because he was supposed to be done with the movie. So,
but they're having to CGI it out.
I mean, didn't they,
and
for continuity purposes, cut a lot of Batgirl scenes from Batman and Robin because she got fat, and they couldn't keep it in the continuity?
Yeah, no, I understand that, but, I understand there's always reshoots, and I understand that they're not necessarily a bad thing. But
these are more extensive.
These are extensive reshoots, and they're actually conflicting.
Yeah, a new director who most people would assume has quite a different idea of how to do this than the original. Mm-hmm. So he's probably meddling quite a bit, Whedon.
Yes, and that's why I think their budget's higher than normal, too.
That may or may not be a good thing, depending on where your loyalties lie,
I've seen also 2 reports that he's not getting director.
That happened yesterday. I saw that. Oh, he may not, and then today's like, oh yes, he will.
Yeah, I saw 2 reports again. So there you go. There you go, Corey.
Every time somebody comes out with this fucking DC universe shit, they contradict each other.
There's been no contradiction to the $25 million, and that's been 3 or 4 days now. There's been no contradiction to that.
Whatever.
No, that's fine,
and
that I believe is true because whatever. But the fact that it's a news story that things get reshoots is kind of silly to me because things.
I mean, it is pretty late in the game. This
and who cares if it's gonna make it better or worse? The movie's gonna come out
3 or 4 months.
Yeah,
I mean, it didn't do nothing. It didn't help Suicide Squad. It didn't hurt Rogue One.
It could have. It could have for both. You don't know.
I don't know. All right. DC, anything else? I think that's everything. I think it is. Yeah, that's everything. Let's switch over to Marvel. We're going to kick it off actually with Fox first, because this kind of ties into the whole thing. It doesn't tie into, unfortunately, the MCU, but they've announced they're going to do a Doom movie, Doctor Doom. And I was, the entire time, and I even said this on Slack, I was ready for them to announce this, like something, but I thought it was going to be MCU tied in. Like, I really thought that was going to be it. And we didn't get it, unfortunately. So
they're hanging on to that.
Yeah. Not a Fantastic Four movie. They're doing a Doctor Doom movie, which I think is cool.
What else is going to happen with him? Like, who's going to be there?
See, I was going to finish that with, I think it's cool, but if they only tied it into the MCU, because the next logical step after Thanos would be Doctor Doom, like Secret War. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know what's going to actually happen in this movie, because
I didn't like Secret War. I thought it was a bad
But I think
story.
that it's got a grand scale like Infinity War. I think it's got a
War
grand
is
scale.
a bad story.
Like, it's a short story. It just...
It involves
like,
everybody, though. I don't know,
some
but
people.
I thought that would be the next step. Unfortunately not. So they announced the movie, no date or anything yet. The biggest announcement from in my opinion here, like there's a bunch of good announcements from Marvel here, but the big thing we're going to lead off to tie in with Fox is the Skrulls have been announced to be in the MCU. Finally, after how many years now we've been waiting for the Skrulls, and they're talking about Kree. When you have Kree, you have to have the Skrulls. And Fox owns specific characters. I'm going to guess the Super Skrull. Like the
Probably.
Yeah.
The Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I'm going to guess they own that and maybe
Well,
something
they
else.
haven't used at all yet,
No.
have they?
No. But, but they did announce they're going to appear in the Captain Marvel movie, which also takes place in the 90s, which is weird timing because we know she's in Infinity War.
You got a one-up Wonder Woman taking place in the 80s.
Yeah, I know that,
See,
but like
it's a rumor.
Yeah, that's a rumor, but this is
I don't know. I period pieces are fine, but like, I kind of would rather not have Captain Marvel be a '90s film.
Well, I think I understand like an origins film for her like this, because obviously something happens where she's going to join them in Infinity War, which is not in the 90s. Because she's in Infinity War, like that's been confirmed.
Sure, she'll be like unaging as well.
Oh yeah, I know. So I'm guessing some Skrull technology here. Is she a Skrull in the comics? Or a Kree?
No.
I know nothing about this
Is that
character.
Spider-Woman or
Marvel?
something? Yeah.
No, there
Spider-Woman.
was a
Skrull.
Skrull that was running around. I think as Captain.
That's what I
Marvel,
thought
too.
there was.
Yeah, but that was an impersonator. I mean, all the Skrulls are impersonating people.
Okay.
Except for Spider-Woman. But she's just a human. She's actually the most powerful human Marvel character.
Yeah. That's cool. I mean,
Except for maybe.
it looks. I mean, the concept from the costume looks fine. I mean, everything looks cool. I'm actually kind of looking. I look forward to it. Like a Marvel's version of Wonder Woman. I think.
I would love to see a great Captain Marvel film. I just think it's a mistake to do in the '90s. I'd rather be more topical.
Okay.
As far as like affecting the universe, because there's nothing that happens in this movie is going to affect the universe at all.
No, it
I
will
disagree
kind of.
with that.
Well, I think it's going to be on its own. That's why they're doing it, though, Tony. I really do think it's going to be kind of its own. Kind
Why
of
would
thing.
Why would they do it with?
Well, you're gonna have Sam Jackson. Well, Sam Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean,
origin.
you're
He's
going to
gonna be
pay
in
for
it.
Sam Jackson for like nothing to.
No, I mean he's going to be in it, and
Inconsequential?
obviously it's going to be something. I think this is where he gets
Pretty
his
much.
scar. I think this is the movie
I mean,
he gets his scar in it.
he probably was like, throw me in this movie so I can get done with my contract.
He was done.
Yeah, like
He was
more.
done.
Yeah, well, I'm
was
saying
done.
like now he can be done again.
Well, no, he's got a bunch more signed again after this, but I
Well,
think
exactly.
This,
That's why
I
they
think
throw
this
him
is
in
the,
there for.
I think this is the movie he gets his he doesn't have his eye patch yet in this movie, but I think he gets it in this movie. So I guess that is
Right.
in that context. You're right, Tony. Maybe there are some major events that do take place in the.
No,
universe,
but it's gonna be like Wonder Woman, where like all the stuff is self-contained.
Yes.
And then
Kinda like
what is
Guardians.
it-
I think more
it
like
doesn't
Guardians.
affect the overall grand scheme of the
There'll be one photograph that you see later on that it's from.
That's all. I don't see how, like, what are you gonna retcon stuff back
No, I think-
into these shows like Peter Parker and
They might.
Iron Man? That's.
I don't know, but
I don't know, I'm looking forward
I
to
think
the
it's.
movie.
I think it's
just an
going to
origin
tie into
story.
the galactic or the intergalactic stuff. I mean, it's about aliens and stuff. So.
yeah, I mean it could.
And I think that's a natural
Changing
progression for the next
changing
phase of it.
her origin for that, so it fits into that. But I mean, how is that going to affect what we've already seen before? Like going forward, sure, but like we've already seen all the stuff that's happened. like we get to see the galactic side of stuff. That's
Yeah.
totally different.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm happy the Skrulls are in this, and I think maybe we actually get something with Kree and Skrull in this too.
It just,
early on.
I'm sorry. It's like, where was she when New York was going down? Like, oh, she's in space
I
doing her
think-
space.
but I
you
think-
can do that with everything. in
No,
Marvel.
I think that's why they're doing this in the 90s too. I think that movie is going to set up why she wasn't there in the first Avengers and why she's there in Infinity War essentially. I think that's all going to tie
off
in.
planet.
I do think that's going to tie in.
Okay.
So I think
Well, yeah, I
the
mean,
90s
because
set,
they have to make
Yeah.
sure it doesn't affect anything in the universe that's
Yeah.
been built already.
That's what I mean,
Because
and I don't think
she's
they're
going to
gonna
show
try to-
up and she's going to have all this power. And you're like, what the hell? Why does she have all this power?
and the
well,
easiest way
there's
is
a movie
not
that shows you.
the easiest way is not to retcon it. It's to just she was off planet. She wasn't there.
Well, that's why I
And
point. That's what I'm saying. It's not going to. That's why it has no effect on what happened.
Well, I mean, but it's going to have effect on certain characters in the MCU, and then, obviously might have effect on what happens for setting up for more Infinity War, but or Part 2, or whatever it's going to be called, Avengers 4. So, all right, what else we have here? Mark Ruffalo actually came out. Did you guys talk about this last week?
Ruffalo?
Yeah, it happened at D23.
Yeah, it's Ruffalo. Or is it Ruffalo?
Isn't it Ruffalo?
I thought it was
I
Ruffalo.
thought it was Ruffalo. Whatever.
Doesn't matter.
I want to say Ruffalo.
Hulk.
Okay.
Ruffalo.
Yeah, I want to say Ruffalo. Look it up. I think we look it up. I might be right.
Want to bet on this?
I don't know. I want to look it up now that we have this, another
Oh,
tangent.
geez.
Oh.
I can
We
talk
already talked
though.
about it last
You
week.
did talk about this last week with his Universal cock blocking the Hulk movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
whatever.
because it happened at D23, which
Hulk movies don't work anyway.
some yeah, there.
No, I think a Marvel. I think a Marvel one could do.
Well,
do good now
technically,
these days.
Ed Norton one is a Marvel.
Sure, absolutely. I'm saying modern Marvel Studios.
I mean, they were still trying to tie in with Avengers back then.
Mm-hmm.
Right, 10
Still
years.
building.
Well, they reference it like, oh, Harlem got fucked up or whatever. I screwed.
It's pronounced Ruffalo.
I know.
Okay.
Wait, you guys all suck. I actually get it right, and you just move on. Okay, okay. How often do I get a name right? Come on, jeez.
I don't
You
know. I
happen-
didn't hear it. I didn't hear somebody say it.
I've heard people, talk to him. So I'm like, okay, I think that's I think what they said, how they said it. So I was like, that's why I said it that way. But anyways,
I guess it got 2 F's then.
yeah,
Whatever.
it does. So the next bit of news is Infinity War, actually, where I read today that it's inspired by 90s heist movies. Does this?
What?
That makes absolutely no sense, but okay.
I have
What,
a
like
kind of a
Heat?
theory. I have a theory though about this. How
Is
do you
this
get
going to
it?
be from, like, Thanos' perspective, and is just going to try
Yeah.
to steal all the gems?
Yep.
Brings
Possibly,
together...
or I looked at it from the other way, where you're going to have a team of a lot of superheroes, and they all have a role and responsibility of what they're supposed to do, leading up to the fight with Thanos.
And then it's not going to work.
So that's what I'm looking at. Like each of them is going to have a task in this movie, and we're going to get that part of each story.
I suppose that makes sense as well.
Yeah, that's what I got from this.
It's
But
just a weird thing to, like, come out about it.
sure, I thought that was weird. That's why I put it in here.
Trying to think of like other than like Heat came out in the 90s, but like
I
what
think
other
maybe
90s
they're
heist
thinking like
movies do you
Ocean's
think of?
Oceans,
11.
wasn't
Ocean's
even though
2000.
It was,
Was it
man.
2000?
People sort of
No,
lumped the
2001.
first few 2000s into the 90s. In
I always thought
retrospect.
Oceans with it, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
whatever.
All right. We have.
Did you guys watch the trailer, by the way?
That's what I'm.
The leaked footage.
No, I
did
didn't watch
not.
the trailer.
You're going to be keeping your eyes off of that stuff, Jim?
No,
or are you gonna...
no, I just didn't watch
Okay.
it. I wanted to watch it in good quality. I don't need to like. I'm not like hungry to watch it in like on the side of the screen or somebody's filming it with bad.
So you just
watch.
rather hear descriptions of it?
Yeah, essentially.
All right, fine.
Speaking of trailers, I did watch the Thor trailer, the new Ragnarok trailer that comes out. That came out. I watched that one.
Looks good, but
Yeah, it looks good. What?
man. No, you know.
You just
my
want to Planet
feelings.
Hulk. I know.
Yeah.
And you can see so much from Planet Hulk in this, and yeah, they just kind of because Universal. Thank you, Universal.
But I do think that they're definitely going to replace Death, the character, with this Hela chick.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think and even with that trailer, when she says, and it's like, well, I think
Makes
you don't get
sense.
Kate Blanchett to, do a one-off film.
Yeah, I think she is. So, I don't know. I thought the trailer was really good. I'm looking forward to this in November. This is one of those November movies I can't wait to see. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
do feel like I'm looking at Chris Hemsworth more than Thor now that his hair is short. It's sort of putting me off on it. But whatever.
I mean, what else has he done that's really make you think of Chris Hemsworth? Like he's synonymous with
appearances here and there. I don't know. It reminds me of that thing where he starts playing with the action figures online.
Well, he's Thor.
Yeah, I know. But
I like his little mini series. I think they're awesome.
yeah. Okay.
What else? We have Iron Fist getting a new showrunner, sticking with Marvel.
Yeah.
I think that's a good call. So season 1 was very
Shitty.
so I'm good for the new showrunner here for season 2. So
Yeah.
I didn't watch the new Defenders trailer.
I did.
How was it?
I liked it.
I liked the Stan Lee voiceover one. I
liked
thought
it.
that was kind of cool.
I mean, it was kind of the same idea, just
Yeah.
a little more. Showed a little more action.
More stakes, it seems.
The more I think about it, I do like the
Yeah.
way Netflix is going with their shows, and they seem to be cutting down the amount of episodes in a season for most things now. Like you got Defenders is going to be what, 8 episodes? Voltron,
so, yeah.
the next season of Voltron. 7.
Apparently, the reviews for Defenders say it's a slow burn,
Really?
but it's worth it.
I heard
Well,
that was
they're
actually very.
only reviewing the first 4 episodes, so
I mean,
that's what they're going on. And
they can do it though. You compare something like this to Avengers, and they have a lot more
if
hours.
the first 4 episodes are solo, each character is getting their own episode, and then they come together in the 5th episode, that'd be pretty crappy, I think.
Yeah.
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happens, or if they all just slowly come in. Maybe you get
They
2
need to
together.
come together at least in the 3rd episode, if at the latest.
I suppose.
That's what I mean. That's how I see it. I
Yeah.
think
If you're only 8
so.
episodes long, you have to have that. You're right. All right. Stranger Things season 2 trailer came out. I did not watch it because
didn't
Tony, you
watch
told me it's very spoily. You heard, and then
That's what I heard.
Corey
I'm
agreed
just staying
though.
away.
Corey did see it, right?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah.
I watched it too.
I was looking out for Barb for you guys.
No Barb.
You mean
Barb
for
is-
you?
Barb has been
Dude,
confirmed.
I know
not
how you
Turkey.
guys think I'm in love with Barb. When you defend this piece of shit character, yeah,
To the death.
No, Defender, we just said that she has a minimal purpose and she served it.
Yep.
I don't know what else you
I was
wanted
trying
from
to
her.
say. I was saying it, and so did fucking Slipknot. How the fuck?
Oh no.
I'll be right back.
How
I'll
the
be right
fuck
back. I
does
gotta
this
close my door.
character get an Emmy? That's what I want to know. How does she get nominated for an Emmy?
We can discuss that
Oh,
off air.
by the way, you know how she was petitioning hard for Squirrel Girl, or whatever.
Oh my god.
I
Yeah.
just realized the girl they cast is the AT&T chick.
For
Really?
which show? Where?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I think that's perfect.
For New Mutants? For Squirrel Girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Looks more like a squirrel.
See?
Yeah.
Sure.
Um.
She seemed a little too pretty, in my opinion.
Yeah. So Barb is confirmed to not have any part in season 2.
No, she's fucking.
No flashbacks or anything for her character.
But no, I did like the trailer. They incorporated the thriller, and it's very Halloween themed now, which is good because it's
Yeah.
Halloween weekend that's coming out.
Remind after the podcast while we're setting up, to talk about
Yeah,
Stranger Things party.
be nice.
All right. What else do we have? Oh, and finally on here I have the Ready Player One trailer. Did anybody watch that one?
I watched
Sure.
it. I don't know if I had sound on though.
Here's the thing with that trailer. I'm a very big fan of that book. It just looks like a jarbled mess. Like the trailer. Like it was cool. I love the references and all the stuff, like the DeLorean and everything in the trailer. But
Kind of reminds me of what they were going for with Lego Movie.
The trailer was exactly what basically what they're going for is you find the Easter eggs. Like the character's whole point is find the Easter eggs. That's
Easter egg,
basically
the
what's-
movie.
so I mean, I liked Ready Player One.
So apparently, during the crash, there's a whole car chase sequence,
Yeah.
whatever, and there's all these crashes, and if you pause it at the right frame, there's a QR code. It sends you to a certain website that
Oh,
join
Jesus
the
Christ.
whatever.
It's Sombra. Sombra must be in the game.
So yeah, there's like absolutely. I feel like there's gonna be an ARG for this fucking movie.
Great. All right.
You ready for that again?
Nope, not
I
at
mean,
all.
that's the whole point of this film. Like the movie is is to look for that Easter egg.
Nope.
Find it.
All right. That's all of the news I've got from Comic-Con. Anything else I missed, guys, that you can think of?
Uh,
I mean, there was like other panels and stuff.
Sure, there's
but-
tons of panels. I mean, it's Comic-Con. Anything
Well, yeah,
worth
I mean, like-
mentioning?
not that I know of.
I mean, all the good stuff for Marvel was at D23.
Yeah.
Like, they really didn't have a big showing other than like Thor,
Yep.
Black Panther.
All right. What have we been up to, guys? Mike, kick us off. What have you been watching?
Somehow I accidentally kind of watched a movie called Dark Shadows. This was out about 5 years ago. It's Tim Burton, Johnny Depp, and it's like everything you expect from a movie like that.
I never remember this film. He's a vampire or some shit.
Yeah, it's based on like some 60s or 70s
that movie.
TV show.
Yeah, it was a TV series. I remember my mom was talking
Yeah.
about it when it was coming out.
And so somehow like Ashley just had it on at her house, and we ended up watching it because like we didn't mean to, and then we're just like, all right. And it's all right. I mean, it's all the Tim Burton like stereotypes. It's just like Johnny Depp, Helena Bonham Carter, Danny Elfman music, dark but not really depressing type of vibe. It was okay. That's about it as far as what I've watched. I haven't really watched anything else this week.
Okay. Corey?
I watched Rogue One because it was on Netflix.
Yeah, I keep having it queued
doesn't
up.
Hold up.
That's what
as well.
That's what I'm afraid of, actually. You know,
I
that's the
mean,
only one I haven't bought because I can't find the steelbook.
I keep saying in retrospect, especially when you can't remember any of the characters' names, you're like, was that a good movie or not? I
Yeah.
don't think it was, to be honest.
It had one great
It was-
sequence, that's for certain.
Yeah.
But
It definitely doesn't. It has the nostalgia factor, but like watching it again, like and seeing these characters, the characters are really weak.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the main
I think
cast
I
is
agree.
weak.
One of those
And
movies
it's like,
that once you watch it, that's it. Like you can't rewatch
Yeah,
it because you know everything. It's
Yeah.
yeah, and even though you know what's coming, like when you first watch it, because you know nothing's gonna, like, nobody's gonna survive. This movie didn't exist. Like there was nothing here, but the concept was fantastic, and there was hope that things could turn out differently or whatever for certain characters. But no, they're just like pointless endings for characters, and I don't know. It just seemed like, why are these people together right now? And it's just like the whole retcon, the character putting this thing in on purpose was kind of, it's like felt off after watching it again.
Really?
I don't know. I didn't like
That's
that.
the only thing I felt like made sense. It's like, oh, they've sort of patched that plot hole a bit.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole point of it. But like,
Yeah.
I like the idea like of this story because we hear about the story in the in the first trilogy, but after watching it again, it's like it's.
I just can't deal with all these forgettable characters they tried to make us care about. That's really my biggest problem with it.
Well, I think they didn't even try to make you care about them. Really,
Maybe
that's
not.
it. That's. I mean, just other shows. Watching Kenshin again.
Okay.
It's okay.
All right. Tony, what are you up to?
nothing.
I didn't have much myself this week. I was trying to look at my history of like what I've been watching, and like American Ninja Warrior. That's
There
pretty
you
much
go.
it. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, it's a
America's
good
Got
mindless show.
Talent sometimes here and there.
Yeah.
Catch it.
Yeah, I watched that, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I haven't watched any movies yet. I think I'm going to throw in something tonight, though. Maybe John Wick 2. You still
Not
have never
something
watched
new?
Fantastic Beasts. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. So, well,
No.
Target's
Wait, you
got
haven't
a...
seen John Wick 2?
No, I haven't.
Oh wow.
Target's got a sale with like any movies they have is 20% off right now. So, I snagged that in Lego Batman on a 4K because that's the cheapest price you can get.
Oh, I
those
haven't
two at.
watched that.
Lego Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah.
It
It was
alright,
good.
I
I
guess.
mean, it was good. It's just, it wasn't as good as the Lego movie was. And
Yeah, I kind of want to see it at some point. It just hasn't really been a
Yeah.
priority.
All right, so I think that's going to wrap up this episode. I don't think we have anything else to talk about, so we're good. Thanks for tuning in to the Moviecast. Gamescast is coming up. Tune into that, please. Tune in next week. We'll have some stuff to talk about, actually. I'm going to go see War for the Planet of the Apes soon. This weekend, I think I'm going to go finally see it, so I should have that to talk about.
Valerian, not going to see that first?
I just don't know. I would like to. I just don't know if I can go see... I'll try. I mean, I'm trying to get some gaming in, too, so... that's been the thing, so... All right, thanks for tuning in, listeners and viewers. Tune in next week. Write us podcast at allyoucangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter, allyoucangeek. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And keep tuning in. Thank you.